Imagine going to a school party and basically being told that you got to turn around because you are not welcome because of your disabilities. Yeah, it was given very much discrimination, and I was not having it for my kiddos at school the other day, and I am here to talk about it.
I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha. Welcome to Aisha's Life, aka the Indiana Blind Girl. And today on this video, we're going to be talking about a situation that happened the other day at school. I had to take it all the way to administration. And mind you, this was the second to last day of school. And the fact that I had to do this, oh my God. I got the windows open and I live in the city. And the fact that I had to do this after posting a video saying that like the whole school year had went by without any problems. Yeah, I spoke a little too soon. So working at school, first of all, you can get very mixed like type of people, right? You can have those people that were not that girl when they were in school, and then now that they work at a school and they're a teacher, they that girl and they're still not. It was given that, but I will say this is a teacher that I had issues with in the beginning of the school year that I did not even know, had no clue who she was, still never actually formally have met her because we don't cross paths. Though she teaches, you know, academic middle schoolers, and I help assist with what we call life skills students. These are kids that's like neurodivergent, they are autistic, they are cognitive delayed, all those type of things, right? They have a lot more disabilities than the main one that all the kids are there for, right? And so with that being said, it was the fact that it was a regular week. It was a regular week at the school, and all week long throughout all the administration emails, we kept hearing about this middle school party. So all week we're telling our kiddos like, hey, there's gonna be a middle school party on Thursday. There's gonna be a middle school party on Thursday. On Thursday, we're gonna go take you guys to the middle school party, like all freaking the week. Then we get to the day of the party, and that was the same day as the 5th grade promotion. So the 5th graders, they graduate. We're so excited for them. I'm so proud of them, okay? And I cannot wait to see them in middle school, by the way. So as the kiddos are getting to, you know, the cafeteria, we had dropped some stuff off. I think we came back to class briefly, and then we went straight back down to the student center. One of the girls that's in the other life skills class, or applied skills class rather, she was walking one of the girls in the wheelchair, and we were like, where are you going? You know, and she was like, well, no, she asked us like, where are you going? We're like, oh, we're going to the middle school party. Like, our kiddos are so excited, they're so ready. Mind you, majority of the kids in our class can care less if they're going to this party or not, okay? All they know is they're going to the student center. That's really about it. 2 out of our 6 are really the only 2 that was actually excited to go to this thing. So mind you, back in December for Christmas break, we had a middle school party, and our kiddos went. There was pizza, there was cookies, there was little treats, there was little drinks. Like, they were invited just fine to that. So let's just keep this in mind. The same type of emails we were getting about this party is the same type that we got back in December for our other middle school party. So we're walking down there, she was like, and the other teacher, well, the other assistant was like, oh, well, we basically got turned around. She told us that we were not welcomed in there. And we're like, what? We're still going. So that teacher that's in that applied schools class basically didn't want to have to deal with that situation and being told no, her kids can't come in there. Mind you, she only had 2 kids. I think they only had 2 kids that day. One's in a wheelchair, so she's not even going to be able to run around and do anything. And then the other one, she gonna sit there and listen to the music just like everybody else. And if there's snacks, baby girl, she's eating it, okay? That's just what it is. Now, before I continue, I grew up in a household where if one kid got something, and if there's not enough for one kid, no kid is getting it, you know? Or if the other kids around don't want whatever that it is, then that one kid can have whatever it was. That's the type of household I grew up in with my grandma, with my mom. That's just how it was always, okay? So seeing what I saw pissed me off even more, okay? So we get to the student center. It's already bumping, the music is going, kids are sitting there chatting, they're having a good old time. As soon as we get in there, I don't know where the teacher I worked with was at, like in when our lineup was walking in, but I think he walked all the way in. I'm assuming. I don't remember where he was at. He may have went to go talk to the other male teacher that was in there. I don't know. But it was myself, one of my kiddos, ABA therapist, and then the other assistant. And then we got 3 assistants in my class, myself and 2 others, plus the ABA therapist. That's what one of our other students, right? So it's 4 additional adults outside of the teacher that works, that's actually the teacher of the classroom that I'm assisting in. So I would give people names, but I don't want to mix up nobody's names. So we'll call, matter of fact, in this right now, I'm going to say A, L, and is the teacher that we have the issue with, okay? So A heard something at first. I didn't hear it at first, the stuff that was saying it initially, right? So all I felt when she walked past, when O walked past, right, as we were sitting our kiddos down, we're there for all of a minute. And all I heard was,
they don't want to be in here. I don't have enough. They just don't need to be in here. Oh my God, this is keep happening.
Like, wait a minute. Excuse you? So A and L were like, hey, like, listen to what's going on in here. Listen. And we're like, who is she talking to? Who is she talking to? Oh my God, I'm so sick of this. This is just for my students. Just for my students. Mind you, all week, I could show receipts in this video, but I don't even think that's necessary. But all week, we have been getting information, we've been getting emails from admins stating that middle school party at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whatever time this was happening. So we took our middle schoolers to the middle school party. So, mind you, the middle schoolers that she helped teach are fully academic kids. They're not in any applied skills classes. They're fully academic kids. So they're all here because they all have some type of disability. Every kid in that room has some type of disability that mirrors the same for them to be going to this school, okay? So for her to be this upset was crazy. So she ends up storming out the student center. So I'm standing right here, A is right here, L is right here, and she walked past so fast. It was like a wind gust went past us. So we're like, what's wrong with her? Like, is she serious? So we asked the other guy, we're just gonna call him Mr. P. Mr. P, we asked him, like, hey, what's her name? Because at this point, I'm not knowing her name. I don't see academic teachers. I see applied skills teachers, okay? So we're like, hey, Mr. P, what's her name? And he's like, oh, that's Mrs. We're like, oh, okay. Clock it. So she's in the hallway going back and forth, trying to, like, I guess, take stuff from the student center back to her class, because at this point she's not wanting these kids here at all. She doesn't want them to be mingling and mixing. Mind you, these are the same age students. They're all here at this school because of the same reason, but some of them have more disabilities than others, okay? So mind you, in my class, we have 2 autistic boys. We have one that has, I don't really know the name of it, but we'll say 2 of them have a cognitive issue, and then another one is kind of like nonverbal. So do with that information what you will. Like I said, 2 of them would have eaten the food if it was offered, right? So she comes back in, and the teacher that I work with, he walked up to her. He's like, hey, I just want to know what's going on, like, just to see what happened here, or is there some miscommunication? Because we were told that since it was a middle school party, that's the only reason why we brought our students here. And she's like, well, so mind you, she brings her energy all the way down talking to him, because when she was just, passively aggressively walking past us and talking crazy across the room, we're like, what, are you cool? This is happening in front of students. This is not something that was happening all out in the hallway. Parents were even still in the building during this time. 5th grade promotion had just wrapped up. We were all confused. So we are steadily standing there waiting to hear what the teacher is going to say to her. So she's like, well, so I just don't have enough, pizza. I don't have enough snacks. I don't have enough prizes for the games. Mind you, we were there for a good 30 minutes. No games were played. The kids had listened to maybe a couple songs, and then we got our kids up out of there. Not because of feeling unwanted, but it's the fact that we had only a couple more minutes before dismissal. So this is like around like 2 o'clock-ish. So he's like, well, we just had an ice cream party, which we did. We celebrated one of our kiddos because her birthday's in June. She won't be celebrated during the school year itself, so we celebrated her now, right? And we just had this ice cream party. They had snacks. Our kiddos were good. They need nothing else. Nothing else. Even if it was something offered there for them, we probably would have only allowed them to have a little bit, because when they eat sugar, they get a little crazy. So we didn't even allow them to even have seconds with ice cream. So the fact that she was saying that and then it was calmer to him, I was like, that's so weird. So then another teacher that was in there, he kind of like kneeled down to one of our kiddos and was like, hey, my name is Mr. So-and-so. What's your name? She was all shy. She said her name and stuff. And we're like, that's all we wanted. But for her to try to turn away our kiddos because they have a little bit more disabilities than the kids that's already in that room, it pissed me clean off. How do you go and work, get hired, work with kids that's in a specialized school and still act like that, still treat kids like that? That's fucking weird to me. I don't care what nobody says. That's weird. So we have dismissal, and as dismissal is unraveling, right? My one student, she gets on the bus, and I'm telling two of my coworkers, I'm like, this is what just happened, and I'm crying because it was my one kiddo's ABA therapist's last day potentially with him, so I might not see her. Shout out to her, but I was crying, and then I'm like, still thinking about this situation. Like, I'm still mad about the situation because I'm like, our kiddos constantly are not feeling like they are wanted. They feel like they get shunned sometimes, and it's not because they're verbally saying this to us. It's how they act and how their moods change when they're in certain rooms with certain people. So I feel like as an assistant, myself and the other two, we do the best that we can to make our kiddos feel as welcomed as they can be and as they are, make them feel the most comfortable as they can be when they are in certain rooms. And the fact that we had to defend them so hard and she didn't see nothing wrong with it, that was the problem. So I'm explaining the whole situation to my two coworkers, and they're like, that same power that you're feeling right now, that anger, this right here, take it to the administration right now. Why you're still angry and bottled up like that? Because, well, bust out. I was bottled up. I was mad. So I'm like, I was kind of hesitant at first, and they were like talking to me, explaining to me like, in this moment, this is a reason to go report something. You know, not no he said, she said, like I was right there, I heard everything. So they were like, take it to administration. I took it to admin. I had the conversation with admin, and I didn't want to feel like a Karen. I'm gonna be very honest. I did not grow up, reporting things in a professional way. So like, I didn't want to feel like I would start stuff in the workplace, but it's like you already started something by talking aggressively, by being as angry as you was, and there was kids literally feet away from us. Like we would have been able to whisper, and the kids would have heard us. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I had to say something. I went and talked to admin. They told me, it was gonna get handled. And then on the last day of school, they assured me again, like, this is gonna be handled. We're gonna talk to her. Da 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 da. But apparently, she starts stuff with everybody. So I was like, I want to be a teacher. That is what I'm going back to school for, starting in August. But I am not about to be that type of teacher that allows things like that to just happen around me and I not say nothing. That's never been me. That's never going to be me. Like, I literally was in high school defending people, fighting people because I stood so firmly on what I felt. And people may call me a bully for bullying people that were bullies, but it's like, it is what it is. But here I am, 29 years old. I have a mouth. My kiddos might not be able to say verbally what they're feeling, but I be damned if I don't say it for them. I be damned if I don't say it for them. So that was my first overwhelming experience and having to really report somebody. Like, that was crazy. So I say all this to say, if you see something in a school, please do not brush it under the rug, say, oh, that's just how she acts. No, that's not how anybody should be acting, especially when they're working around kids. They're supposed to be there to help and protect and serve for those kids. Like, we are leading by example. If they're seeing the adults act like that, what makes you think they're not going to act like that? So if we're reprimanding them, telling them what they should or should not do in school, we as adults have to be acting as adults. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like working this first year, I've gotten so much more mature. I have gotten so much more patience. Like, you have to have patience, especially working with applied skills students, especially working with kids that have cognitive, autistic. Like, you gotta have some layer of patience, and trust to believe I have it. It's within me. But at the same time, what I don't get paid for is micromanaging adults that should be able to hold the ish together at work around kids. Okay? Because 2:45 by 2:50 by 3 o'clock, I should say, we ain't got no kids in the school. So if you need to holler with me, you know, yell at me, let's do that after when the kids leave and we can really get into it. But no. I'm not going to stand up and just watch people disrespect kids and be, you know, very discriminative of kids. And it ain't never been in me. It ain't. But that is my story time. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will come to y'all again with more of these because honey, I have more. Of course I do. I work in a school. There's always something to talk about. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.